My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, today we're celebrating the feast of the archangels, Saint Gabriel, Saint Michael, and Saint Raphael. And I don't know if you know that the word angel denotes a function more than a nature. So in order for a spiritual being to become an angel, they need to deliver a message. And if it's very important messages, like in the case of Saint Gabriel, Saint Raphael, and Saint Michael, then they become archangels. The other day, a friend was telling me a story that he read somewhere, and in the story, this guy was wondering if God still spoke to people nowadays, or if he had stopped talking to people in the Old Testament. And he decided to go home, and when he was about to leave, he said, I need to buy a gallon of milk. And he said, this is kind of crazy. I think that I have milk at home, but okay. Let's buy it. I can always use another gallon of milk. And in the back of his head, he was saying, is God talking to me and asking me to buy this gallon of milk? So he decided to go home, and suddenly he felt he needed to make this right turn, and he did. And a few blocks after, he decided, or he felt, that he needed to make another right turn, but he decided not to do it. And he went ahead, and suddenly he just couldn't stop this feeling of, I should have turned there, I should have turned there. And he decided to turn around and make that turn. He found himself in a neighborhood, kind of commercial, kind of residential, not very wealthy. But all the businesses and all the houses seemed to be like people were already sleeping or they were closed, except for one house where there were lights and you could hear voices and certain turmoil going on. He felt he needed to get out of the car and go and ring the bell at that house. And when he was about to leave the car, he took the milk. He rang the bell, and this before he realized, because he didn't know what he was going to say. So he heard this voice, what is going on? Who is ringing the bell at this time? And before he could run away, the door was open. And the only thing he was able to say is, here's the milk. I felt I needed to bring milk to you. And the guy just grabbed the milk and went running inside into the house. And then he saw the guy coming back with a baby crying in his arms. And the guy was also crying. And he explained, you know, I didn't have money to buy milk for my baby. He heard the voice of the mother from the kitchen, and she was asking, I prayed to God to have an angel be sent to me with some milk. Are you that angel? I thought that was a very touching story, because it reminds us that sometimes we have those feelings of you should do this or you should do that, and sometimes we pay attention to them, sometimes we don't. And I would like to invite you to be more patient, more attentive to those messages, because what if it's God talking to you in this moment and you may change the life of a person? Sometimes you can change the life of a person with a smile, with a word, with just a hug if you know them. But you may change the life of a person in a very special way. So just do whatever you feel you need to do it with the idea of doing it for the greatest glory of God. And I'm sure it will work out that way. May God bless you.